Welcome to 15 Minute Theatre, the only review show that squeezes a whole production into 900 seconds. The date is the 7th of May 2019, and we have just been to see 9 to 5. Open the house. Oh, hello, Vicky.
All right, James. What's going on?
Oh, this and that.
Oh, really? This and that?
Yeah, how about you?
I'm all right, thanks. I've just noticed, we're sitting in James's office, and I've just noticed that there was a toilet roll on some drumsticks. This room is neither a toilet nor has a drum kit in it. What's going on?
Well, I don't like spending money when I don't have to.
Yeah.
Saying that,
So
if you
why
look
did you-
around, this room is full of stuff.
Why did you buy some drumsticks when you don't have a drum kit then?
I think someone gave them to me once.
Okay, all right.
But they now serve as a handy tissue dispenser.
Tissue.
For my eyes.
Tissue for your eyes.
Anyway, enough of this frivolity. Let's talk about something less frivolous.
Okay.
Okay, so we have just been to see...
Frivolous. Is that a word?
Did write that down. Anyway, before we start that, I thought I should mention this. We are now on YouTube for those of you who don't know.
Get out of town.
But if you're listening, it doesn't really matter, does it?
No,
Because
it's
everyone can hear us. But we got a message from Travelling Mike.
Oh, yeah? What did Travelling Mike say?
He's talking about our review of Come From Away.
Oh, yeah.
And he said, I think you need to rewatch the show if you don't think there was a lot of choreography. Pay attention to the choreo sitting on the bus, on the airplanes, reconfiguring the set. Well, look, I think that's...
It's an absolutely fair point.
It is a fair point. I thought the movement, I'd call that movement.
Well,
No, it is
I
choreography,
think,
I suppose.
yeah, I think probably we were just thinking about dancing, which there wasn't a lot of, but actually he is...
You make a fair point.
Yeah.
But look, let's be very clear here, Travelling Mike. We love that show.
Yeah, it was wonderful.
Yeah, and it's one that I'd certainly go back and see.
Oh, I'd definitely see it again, yeah.
So I think he's right. And listen, it is just our opinion, isn't it?
Yeah.
I had another email and I did want to read it out, but I lost it. And I honestly did lost it. I couldn't find it. And it was someone being very angry about our review of
A German Life.
A German Life. And it's just our opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, we're not critics.
And the people say
we are critics in our own way.
We are a little bit.
But, you know...
Anyway, look, it's fine. Everyone,
People have different opinions.
Tastes. But please, if you've got a comment, send it in and we will read them out, good or bad.
Yeah.
But we are 15 minutes in, so we have to keep it short.
Yes, let's crack on.
Shall I give you a fact file?
A fact file?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, so this is adapted from the 80s movie, which was called 9 to 5.
I'll get out of town.
The musical was written and songs by a Miss Dolly Parton.
The fabulous Dolly Parton.
Fabulous Dolly Parton. Directed by Jeff Calhoun.
Yep.
Musical director Andrew Hilton.
Yep.
Choreographer by Lisa Stevens.
Yep.
Designer was Tom Rogers.
Yep.
And notable actors Louise Redknapp, Amber Davis, Natalie McQueen, Brian Connolly, and the wonderful Bonnie Langford.
Bonnie
We'll
Langford.
get on for it a bit. It's at the Savoy Theatre and it's running to the 31st of August 2019. And it ran for 2 hours and 40 minutes, including the interval.
Okay.
So a good length. All right, so Victoria, would you be kind enough to give us the synopsis?
So if you've seen the film of 9 to 5, it's pretty much what the synopsis is. It's three ladies working in an office. They've got a horrible male chauvinistic boss who doesn't treat them very well, and they extract their revenge.
They sure do, indeed.
Yeah.
Anyway, right. So let's start about. Did you like it?
Did I like it? I'm going to say no, not really.
I think we had great expectations, didn't we? We were sitting there, and the set looked quite good.
Well, the thing is, Dolly Parton is wonderful.
Yeah.
And she's written some amazing tunes, and her whole persona is fabulous, and she was great in that film. So I think I expected it to be not maybe the best thing ever, but I expected it to be really good fun, and I expected to enjoy it.
Yeah. Now, there was a few surprises for me that I wasn't expecting.
What were those?
So let's talk a little bit about the actors. So Brian Connolly, was a male lead, basically.
Yeah, we didn't look at the cast beforehand, did we?
I'm just personally never been a fan of Brian.
I'm not a fan either.
And it really didn't work for me. He was it was almost like a seaside pier entertainer.
It was like someone from the 80s, from an 70s, 80s TV show. Oh, he just kept grabbing his crotch, and it was all so over the top and
we
dreadful.
know he's supposed to be a horrible sexist character, but it's also...
He really played it for laughs. It was almost like, he'd pause to get a laugh.
It was like pantomime.
Oh, it was dreadful. Yeah.
What about the three female leads?
Well, I didn't mind Louise Redknapp.
Yeah.
She's actually got a lovely singing voice.
I thought all three of them had a good voice.
Yeah, they all had good voices. I just felt like they were all, especially Louise and Amber.
Yeah.
Were quite wooden.
Yeah, a little bit. I thought Louise was alright.
I think she was the best of the three of them, and the other one you found really irritating, didn't you?
Yeah. So the woman who played Dolly Parton's character.
Yeah.
To begin with, I really liked her, but it just started to grate on me. I just thought it was too extreme.
She was sort of more Dolly than Dolly, wasn't she?
Yeah, and I think, to really get the characterisation and feeling for these characters as well. I know it's a big fun comedy, but it was just a bit too much. I think if Louise had been surrounded by more tolerable people, her performance would have been a lot more easy on her. Because she was a constant, wasn't she, really?
Yeah. If she'd have been surrounded by All Saints, maybe it would have worked.
Do their little square dancing that they used to do.
Yeah.
Right, so there's one person we haven't mentioned.
Oh, Bonnie Langford.
Now, you have a celebrity connection to Bonnie Langford.
Well, sort of. I know Bonnie Langford's niece, Danny. Hello, Danny, if you're listening. You're probably not, but if you are, hello.
Okay, what do we think of Bonnie?
Bonnie was the best thing, innit? Hands down.
Oh, she is pro through and through, and I don't mean a prostitute.
I couldn't get over how flexible she is.
She's brilliant.
I know she's a dancer, but that woman can bend.
Do you know what? I can safely say I've followed that woman's career.
Have you?
Because obviously she was in Bugsy Malone.
Yeah.
Then she was in Doctor Who.
Yeah. Was she in Bugsy Malone?
Yeah.
Oh God, she was. Yeah, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So I think she's great, but she did a startling performance.
She was definitely the best thing in it.
Yeah, and her solo was amazing.
Yeah, she was good. Yeah, we like Bonnie.
All right, what do we think of the songs?
I was a bit disappointed. I love Dolly, but there's nothing that I really remember. Really,
the problem was you've got a brilliant song with 9 to 5.
Yeah,
and they had to overuse it. Well, they didn't have to, but they did overuse it.
Yeah.
But Dolly has got such an amazing back catalogue. I was thinking the other day, because she wrote I Will Always Love You, the Whitney Houston.
I do know that, yeah.
Yeah. Now, if that's hers, why didn't she put sticking things like that in? Would have been brilliant.
Well, I mean, I don't know this, but I'm presuming that she didn't want to try and work it around songs she's already got, and she wanted to create a
But
whole
there was
new
a big
piece.
love scene at the end, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Anyway, it just did. I thought the songs, there was another song that sounded a bit like Coat of Many Colours, but wasn't Coat of Many Colours.
Back through the years. Oh, great song.
So that didn't work for me. I found the characters a bit annoying.
I just didn't love it. Didn't love it.
No. What about the narrative, the story?
Well, I mean, it is what it is, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's like three ladies taking some revenge.
I did like. I'll tell you what I did like. I like the set. I like the way they used the 80s.
Yeah.
I like the way that they portrayed women in the 80s and showed them coming good.
I've just remembered something that really annoyed me.
Oh yeah.
Because the whole thing was about like the men in the office being really macho and not treating women very well, and I found the dancing in the office sort of belied that. Do you know?
Yeah.
There were like lots of guys dancing around, and I was kind of like, you're not giving the impression here that women are that all the men are treating the women badly and stuff, and they're not all being really chauvinistic and stuff, because they're all like, and I just like, not there's anything wrong with campness, but I just kind of felt like it didn't really tie in with it. That sort of annoyed me a bit.
Brings us on to special effects.
Yeah.
So without giving a spoiler, there's like just before the interval, there's kind of, I suppose, a special effects, including Mr. Brian Connolly. Again, I just don't find him.
I think the problem
watchable.
is him. I think that's the problem. I think it's sort of soured it a bit, isn't it?
I think he really did. I think if you got somebody else in there doing that, but lots of people love him.
Yeah, and there were a lot of people who clearly really enjoyed it. And I think if you're a big Brian Connolly fan, then you'll love it.
Yeah.
And if you're not, then you'll hate it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I suppose it really just comes down to. Did we say the voices? I thought were excellent.
Yeah, they were good singers.
Yeah, they're all really good singers. So well done for that. What was his stand-up?
Patronising.
What was his stand-up moment?
Bonnie's song.
Yes.
Yeah, she's the best.
Oh, it was brilliant. It was brilliant.
She's very
Until
good.
about 3/4 of the way through.
Well.
No, it was brilliant. It was brilliant.
She's good.
All right, should we take a break and then we'll come back and score it?
Let's do that.
So, right, audience antics. Well, for a start, I've never been to the Savoy before.
I have.
Imagine my surprise when we were right in the gods.
Yeah.
Yet we didn't have to go up any stairs.
We went at one flight. Did we? We went at one flight of stairs.
Yeah, but it's underground basically, isn't it? Which I
the
thought was quite normal.
main auditorium is under the ground.
Right, the audience, I loved this.
They had a great time, didn't they?
I mean, theatres theatres shouldn't be exclusive, and it should be for everyone. And I think this has certainly got a market and a crowd. And,
yeah, definitely.
You know, maybe we're just a bit pious.
I think the problem. Well, no, I know other people that haven't liked it. It's not the worst thing ever, but it just wasn't my cuppa.
Yeah, fair enough. Right, shall we score it?
Let's do it.
Okay, so we are going to have performances, staging, narrative, originality, choreography, costume, music, and was it worth it? We'll have all of them today.
Okay.
Okay, so let's start off with performances. Vicky.
I'm going to go for a 6.
I have also gone for a 6.
Oh, get you.
Staging and technical, I thought it was good, and the technical things worked. I'm going to give it a 9.
I'm going to go for an 8.
Narrative plot, I'm going to give it an 8 because I knew the story. There was no surprises there.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a 7.
Okay, originality?
I'm going to give it a 6.
I've given it a 3. Choreography, it gets... do you know what? It gets a 7 because of Bonnie.
Okay, I'll give it a 7 as well.
Costume, wasn't anything special. 6 for me.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I'd go for 6.
Music. I don't want to be too hard.
Sorry, Bonnie. Sorry, Dolly, but
I'm going to give it a 5.
I'm going to give it a 6.
And was it worth it? It gets a 5 from me.
I'm going to give it a 5 as well.
Yeah. Okay, so while I add up these all in... Oh, I need my calculator.
Oh, yeah, you should use it. You should use a calculator.
Well, I add up these scores. Would you be kind enough to tell the audience what we're going to see next?
So the next thing we're going to see... Oh, sorry, I've been too very tiny yawn. We're going to see Sweet Charity at the Don Mar Warehouse, which was quite hard to get tickets for. So I'm got high hopes for this one. I haven't seen the film all the way through, but I've seen a bit of it and enjoyed it, and I'm just sort of waffling now till James says the scores.
I've nearly done them.
Okay, come on.
It's hard.
Come on, move the fingers. He's very close. He's tip-top tapping. He's using his fingers to point at things on the page. I think this is longer than when he does his head maths.
I love head maths. Okay, alright. So, after all those calculations, it gets a star rating of 2.62.
Oh, that's not high, is it?
No, it places it above a German life.
Yeah.
But below an American clock.
Okay. I'm alright with that.
I'm alright with it. Do you know what? Because I do remember when we were leaving saying I would have preferred to have sat through 3 Wider Earths.
Yeah, which you didn't love. But actually now, I feel maybe we should have scored more highly.
Do you know what? The more it goes in the past, the Wider Earth, the more I liked it.
I feel you're looking at the past through rose-tinted glasses.
No, but I feel like... You gave me a spirit of adventure.
Okay, fine.
And on that note, there's another note, the theatre bell. So, it means we're out of time, Vic.
Oh, that's sad, isn't it?
Well, thanks for listening. As ever, I've been James.
I've been Vicky.
And if you do want to contact us, we're now on YouTube. You can find us on Facebook. You can tweet us on Twitter. We're really bad at social media. So,
I let James handle that.
I handle everything.
I know.
But you're wonderful.
Thanks.
You have talent and creativity.
Thanks.
We better go. So the curtain's dark, the theatre's dark, and the curtain's down. The curtain's down, the theatre's dark. And that was 15-minute theatre. Good night, y'all.
Good night.
If you're brave enough to have your theatre production reviewed, please contact us at 15minutetheatre@gmail.com. Find us on Twitter and please rate and review us on iTunes. Thanks for listening.